NFL Week 14 action begins on Thursday, December 8th with an AFC West rivalry game between the Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. The action continues on Sunday, December 11th with 14 games, including the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. The Sunday night football game on NBC is an NFC East rivalry game between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. And Week 14 concludes on Monday, December 12th, as the Baltimore Ravens visit the New England Patriots in a game that can be seen on ESPN. Taking a look at the odds on Thursday, December 8th, the Oakland Raiders go to the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are 3-point home favorites in this game with the total at 46 points. The Chiefs won both of the meetings between the teams last season, but they were just 1-1 against the spread. Oakland has actually won 6 of the last 10 in Kansas City, and they are 8-2 against the spread. Moving on to Sunday, December 11th, the Denver Broncos go to the Tennessee Titans. The Broncos have won and covered 7 of the last 10 meetings in this series, with 8 of the last 10 going over the total. So far, there are no odds posted for this game. Moving on, the San Diego Chargers will go to the Carolina Panthers, who are just 1-point favorites at home, the total at 48 points. The Panthers have won and covered the spread in 4 of the last 5 games in this series, with 2 of the last 3 going under the total. The Houston Texans will go to the Indianapolis Colts, who are 6-point home favorites. The total on this game is at 47 points. The Colts have dominated this series at home, taking 9 of the last 10 games, but they were beaten last season 16-10, although Indianapolis was without quarterback Andrew Luck in that game. The Cincinnati Bengals will go to the Cleveland Browns. The Bengals are 5.5-point road favorites in this game, with the total at 43 points. The Bengals have won 7 of the last 10 meetings straight up, and they are 5-4-1 against the spread. The Bengals have won 6 of the last 10 games overall in Cleveland. The Pittsburgh Steelers will go to the Buffalo Bills. The Steelers are just 1-point favorite on the road, the total at 46.5. The Steelers have dominated this series lately, winning and covering 9 of the last 10 meetings, with the last 3 games going under the total. The Arizona Cardinals will go to the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins have won 5 of the last 8 games in this series, but the Cardinals have won each of the last 3 games, with the last 3 also going over the total. The Chicago Bears will go to the Detroit Lions, who are 8-point home favorites, the total at 43.5 points. The Lions have won 7 of the last 10 games in this series, with 2 of the last 3 going under the total. The teams have split their last 10 games in Detroit. The Minnesota Vikings will go to the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Vikings are 3.5-point favorites on the road, the total at 39.5 points. The Vikings have won 4 of the last 5 games between these two teams, and they are 3-2 against the spread. The New Orleans Saints will go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are 2.5-point favorites at home, with a high total at 51.5 points. The Saints have won 8 of the last 10 meetings in this series, and they are 7-3 in the last 10 games in Tampa, with the last 3 games all having gone under the total. The Washington Redskins will go to the Philadelphia Eagles. This game is at a pick, with the total at 47 points. The teams have split their last 10 meetings in Philadelphia, with the Redskins having gone 7-3 against the spread, and 3 of the last 4 games having gone over the total. The New York Jets will go to the San Francisco 49ers. The Niners are 2.5-point favorites at home with a total at 44.5. The 49ers have won 8 of the last 10 games in this series, with each of the last 4 having gone under the total. The Seattle Seahawks will visit the Green Bay Packers. The Seattle Seahawks are 3-point road favorites in this game, the total at 46 points. The Packers have won 6 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams, and they are 7-3 straight up in the last 10 at home in this series. The Atlanta Falcons will go to the LA Rams. The Atlanta Falcons are 6-point road favorites in this game with a total at 45. The teams have split their last 10 games overall, but the Rams did win 7 of the last 10 when the team was located in St. Louis. Finally, the Dallas Cowboys will visit the New York Giants for the late game on Sunday. The Dallas Cowboys being 3-point favorites on the road with a total at 47.5 points. The Cowboys have won 6 of the last 10 in this series, but they are just 4-6 against the spread, with the last 7 having gone over the total. The last 3 games in New York have also gone over the total. Moving on to Monday, December 12th, The Baltimore Ravens will go to the New England Patriots on Monday Night Football. The Patriots being 7-point home favorites with a total at 45 points. The Patriots have won 7 of the last 10 meetings in this series, with 3 of the last 4 going over the total.